In a stunning piece of video via Ali's Boxing Gym on YouTube, what you're about to see is the ultimate sign of poor sportsmanship. The man is getting beaten, multiple body shots landed. Thus, to get revenge, the MMA fighter turned boxer goes back to his old tricks. That last video is via Happy Punch on Twitter. This is a sickening display from someone who should never be allowed to compete in the sport of boxing ever again. What's the latest? Let me tell you. So the man's name is Idris Abdurashitov. He is a MMA fighter who hails from Russia, and he tried his hand at boxing. He was competing in Thailand. The date was Sunday, October 20th. He took on a member of the Iranian national team who has a record of 1-3. MMA Junkie noted Idris is a one-champion prospect. And what gets me is the reaction online, first from his own Instagram. This is despicable. He uploaded the head kick video, which again came in a boxing match. Okay? And he wrote the following. So he debuted in professional boxing and disqualification for life. This kick with the leg I threw away with a machine gun. So what we are proving through his own actions is a lack of remorse. It's that he's proud of what he did. He loves that he knocked this guy out illegally with a leg kick like this. So Idris, who is 21 years old, is undefeated in MMA with a record of 4-0, but this could and should lead to his boxing license being revoked. BJPenn.com would rightfully point out, and my mind went to this as well, that there have been some MMA fighters in the past that will resort to their old tricks when they are losing boxing matches such as these. And we saw it in none other, in a fight I covered on TikTok, actually, where Nate Diaz took on Jake Paul. And because he was losing, whether playfully or not, half not, he attempted to put Paul in a guillotine. Again, this is a boxing match. It is a scheduled boxing match. And to see this happen is, it pisses me off, honestly. Because it's like they're making a charade of the sport that I love so dearly. They'd also write that Dylan Dennis, a former member of Conor McGregor's crew, also attempted to submit Logan Paul during their boxing match because he was losing every round. It was a dud. It was boring. Beyond boring. He would end up being disqualified in the closing seconds, and then a brawl broke out, which no one wants to see. Incredibly, Idris posted another photo to his social media with the competitor that he knocked out with a leg kick, writing, "We shook hands between us. Everything is fine. We made up." What that tells me is he's trying to do damage control, but the commenters weren't having it. He would get dragged for it. This just shows he's a good dude. It doesn't negate the fact that you're a clown who deserves a lifetime ban from combat sports, wrote one person. That was my read as well. Just because he posed for a photo with you does not mean that he respects you. It does not mean that all is forgotten. You and your actions, because you were losing, resulted in an illegal move in a boxing match where he clearly was knocked out cold and suffered a traumatic brain injury. That's the reality. A lot of people will say, "Oh, come on, Rick, that's a little too harsh." It's not. A concussion is a traumatic brain injury. He folded like a lawn chair. He was out cold. We know what this is. We have seen the data. We have seen the studies. We have heard from the experts. That is a TBI. Another added, absolutely disgusting what you did to that guy. Shaking my head. You possibly ruined his career. A great point. He may never be the same. All because what? You were losing? Then you posted on your Instagram? You deserve a lifetime ban in all combat sports. There is no place for people like you in combat sports. I don't think you understand how serious this is. Karma never misses an address. It's a really good comment for many, many, many reasons. I'll get back to that in a second. Faraji, Idris's opponent, told TMZ Sports, and I quote, "He, as in Idris, is absolutely dangerous for this sport and should not be playing. I am a fighter, and it doesn't matter to me who I play with. This opponent was even 5 kilos heavier than me. He is not an athlete," he concluded. He also gave the stamp of approval if Idris is banned from boxing. SI.com would also write, Idris would likely face a lifetime ban from pro boxing, and the ramifications could very well carry over into his MMA career as well. I am not so sure if it would, because for a few reasons. Number one, as we've seen with many fighters who have either cheated their way or know how to garner attention, if it sells, promoters will put them on. So I would guarantee that in MMA, not boxing, they brought this guy back, people would be interested just to see him fail, which will end up selling tickets. Maybe it will get a few more buys, etc., etc. These are the times that we are living in. But to go back to that comment, because I've talked about this when covering the sport of boxing as well. You don't play boxing. It is the one sport where you are quite literally putting your body on the line. I know people will have different opinions on different sports for that, but you are alone out there putting your mentals, your well-being on the line for the goal of prize fighting. And most importantly, when someone gets knocked out like that, it's 50-50 if they come back the same person. It might take years, might take more, and it may never happen. And to see this man get sucker kicked in that way is atrocious. If I had it my way, Idris would never compete in combat sports ever again. It shows a few things. Number one, he can't take losing. His record was unblemished in MMA, so he hasn't tasted defeat yet. Number two, if he were losing in an MMA fight now, what will he resort to? We have an idea of what could happen. Would you want to put on somebody who is clearly a cheater and cannot handle their emotions when they're down on the cards, when they're getting beaten? My vote is an obvious no. Where do you stand? If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.